Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Copy and Cards. It's Tuesday again. How on earth did that happen? I have no idea how Tuesday came around so fast. I'm just popping my laptop on in the background so that I can see any comments that come up. Makes it a little bit easier to see if you're saying anything to me, if anyone hops on to watch. Let me just go in and refresh my page. Sorry I'm wobbling you around. It's quite hard to do two things at once like this. Hold on, here we go. I hope you're all really well. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out there. It's stunning. I went popped the washing on the line and had my coffee early this morning. Morning, Sylvia. Had my coffee early this morning and my hair's gone weird, and sat out in the garden in the sunshine, which is the first time in days and days that we've been able to do that. Right, it's Coffee and Cards, Facebook Live. So I have my coffee with Mickey Mouse. Good morning. Hi, Jan. Good morning. I do apologise for being a little bit late, ladies. Morning, Joe. I was taking advantage of the weather and trying to do 6 million things at once. So I've already got 2 loads of washing on the line and loads of things. So just a bit busy. So I do apologise. Time ran away. I hadn't realised. It was not intentional. All right, I've got a bit of fun for you today. So we've had a bit of rubbishy weather, autumnal feeling coming in there a little bit early, I think. But still, it's beautiful today, isn't it? But my birthday's been and gone, so I feel it's okay to start talking about autumn things. Halloween's coming, Christmas is coming. So all those kind of projects I feel it's okay to start making and getting on with now. So I've got a bit of a wintry one for you today. Just one project. It's a little bit different. We're going to be making a little box, little gift box. Hope you like it. You got your coffee too? I really needed mine. I'm on the decaf already though. Ah, there we go. Right, with no further ado and preamble, I'm going to crack on and show you what we're doing. I got a bit of housekeeping, a bit of Stampin' Up news. I'll keep it to the end because I know that some people like to catch up on YouTube, and I always post the videos to YouTube and some people just don't like all the chat. So if I keep that bit to the end, then we'll do the crafty bits first. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Ready? Here we go. You can see the colour cardstock we're using today. Here we go. You can see my coffee and my fresh fig candle. Some ribbon. Here we go. There. You're in. You're in. Ah, there we go. Got my trimmer. Got my laptop. Let's make a bit of space and move things around a little bit. So I hope you're all well. Are you well? I had a lovely 2 weeks off my nursing job. It has been lovely just to forget about work for a bit. The first week I didn't do too much. And this week last week I've been focusing quite a lot more on my Stampin' Up business. As I tend to try and do when I can. Right, okay, so here we are. I'm just taking my grid paper down a little bit so that I like the grid paper. It gives me something to work on. It protects my surface, and normally I have a clean piece when I'm trying to save the planet, but I don't want it moving around too much. Alrighty, so we're going to make a little box. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like burning candles. In fact, I've got one on my desk. I burn them everywhere, all the time, all year round. But I really love them in the autumn, in the winter, when it's the evenings draw in and we can get all cozy and light a candle. So I'm going to make a little candle gift box, a little Tealight one. Now, I've made this quite a few times in the past. It's one of my favourite little projects. It's one of the first things I ever actually made box-wise. So it's a bit of a favourite. So you may have seen it before, but you may not have. But I'm going to do it using the stunning autumn papers that I have. So this is the Gilded autumn papers. You can see how much I've been chopping into mine. So they've got all these lovely autumnal prints on, and also the backs are beautiful too. You only actually need a little bit of paper. I'm glad you're okay, Jan. You only actually need a little bit of paper on the box to make it look pretty, so it'll go a long way. But I think, you know what? I think I'm going to go for this. Which one should I go for? I think I'm going to go for this one. Yeah, I think I'll go for that one. I could either go for that one or that one. I might go for this one because it's foiled with all this beautiful foiling. So that's the colour I'm going to go for my designer series paper. You really don't need very much. Right, okay. Here we go. So I have got, good morning Martin, how are you? I hope you're well. I see you dragged Sean out to breakfast and he was a bit reluctant. That was funny. I'd like to post. Okay, so I've got my piece of A4 cardstock. This is Cinnamon Cider. It's one of our new in colours this year and I've been using it a ton. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, oh yeah, that's another like brown. I like bright colours or the very pastel-y pretty ones. I've used this so much. I really actually like it. Right, so the piece of cardstock you need to make your box has to measure 7 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. It's all in inches, so you inches ladies will be very happy. So I'm going to take a piece of the cardstock and I'm going to cut it at 7 3/4 inches here. Don't need that piece, pop it to the side, by 5 1/4, if I've written my measurements down right again. Okay. Oh yes, good evening. That's right, good evening. Right, so this is the piece that we need. It's not actually that big, is it? I'm going to bring my tripod. Hello, Hilary. Good morning to you. Lovely to have you. Actually, I need to keep this out. I got a bit carried away. So now I've got the piece that I need in the size that I need. I'm going to do a little bit of scoring. So with a long piece at the top, the long side, I'm going to score 3/4 inch from the end. I'm going to do that at both ends, so it doesn't really matter which end you start with. Now make sure if you're using a trimmer that you put your cutting blade out of the way. Okay, so 3/4 inch, and I want it from the other end too, so I'm just going to turn it around and do it again. Simple. Please don't let me cut it. 3/4 inch, like so. So we got those, and then we're going to turn it around like this, and we are going to score with the short side at the top at 3/4 inch once more. Then 2 1/4 inches, 3 inches, 4 1/2 inches. This project is actually on my blog at the moment for the Stampers Showcase blog hop, and there's a little YouTube video included with it as well, so you don't have to worry about writing them down, the measurements. You can always go back, you can replay this one, or you can watch that YouTube video and all the measurements are on there. So there you go, we've got our lines that we need. That's all we need. So I'm going to pop the trimmer out of the way. I love this little project because hopefully we'll be visiting each other, especially around Christmas time and that pre-Christmas period. You know, you pop in and see friends and things like that. And I think this is a lovely, lovely little gift to take with you, full of some pretty lovely tea lights. Right, okay, so I need my scissors. And where are they? This could be an issue because I keep moving them around. Here they are. Got them. Got them. Here they go. So I'm going to be at this end. These two ends, we're going to do some cutting, the short ends. So can you see these lines here? I'm going to cut up these to make the flaps to glue the box together. So I'm going to give you a little tip when I cut. Oh, you've got a Stampin' Up delivery arrived, Joanne. That is the most exciting thing, isn't it? Okay, so my tip for you is to cut out. Do you see the little score line? Cut out the little score line. Now, the other thing is, it's quite a small, narrow box and you don't want any bit showing when you folded it and glued it. So I would notch it slightly more. You don't need to worry too much about it. Just take a shave off. A shave is all you need into each one. And again at the end, just shave it off there so that when you fold it, you won't have any unsightly bumps and bits sticking out, and you can always go back and do it if it happens. So take a little bits off, and you want to do that on both sides. So it kind of looks a bit like that. And then we'll do the same this side. There we go. So can you tell only when I visit over sort of November this year or wherever, pre-Christmas or whatever, is going to get little boxes of tea lights. Here we are. No surprise from me. Right, there we are. So we've cut those, notched them all up. I'll get rid of all these shavings. We don't want those around. Like that. Now, the other thing I need is a little circle punch. Let me just grab that from my stash. This is the little 3/4 inch circle punch. Anyone that you've got would absolutely do the job. It wouldn't really matter. So this is how the box is going to go together. So whichever way up you have it, because it's symmetrical, doesn't matter, but whichever is your front where your box is going to close, you want to take a little notch out of it. But I think I'm going to wait until I've stuck my designer series paper on. So I'm going to do that bit first, I think. Okay, so the only thing is I can't remember how big this is. So let's have a look. Let me grab a ruler, because my grid paper with the measurements on is put away. Oh, that's in centimeters. Hold on, let me grab a piece of grid paper. I've got a feeling it was 4 3/4. I wrote down my measurements, but I didn't write down my designer series paper measurements, which is a bit silly. Considering I've done it a few times. Okay, this has got centimetres on too. Yeah, it's a great idea, especially if you can find some of those lovely candles. I've got some amazing melts burning, well, not right now, but I'm burning them at the moment, that my sister gave me for my birthday. I've been after them for ages. They're from a small company called Milo Candles, and they do Disney-inspired scents in their candles. So I'm just gonna, I don't think they do tea lights, but they're absolutely lovely. So that might be one to look at. So yeah, this is 1.5 that way. So I want my DSP to be 1.25 because I want to make it 1/4 of an inch smaller. And that's 6.25. So 6.25. Where's my scrappy piece of paper? And I'll write it down. Grab my pen. I've got a little post-it note with my measurements on. Let's write it on there. So what was it? 6.25, so it needs to be 6. And this one was 1.5, so it needs to be 1.25. Okay, so that's one piece that needs to be that size. And then I need to measure what the other pieces are going to be. Right, because I changed this from the original and I put more designer series paper on it to make it prettier. So let's cut this at 6. The handy thing, oh, I know, Hilary, honestly, when you walk down what they call Main Street in Magic Kingdom, it has this most amazing smell. I think there's even one that's like that. The nicest one, the really nice one I've got is called the Main Street Bakery. So you can imagine what that smells like. Sweet and just lovely. And then they're just inspired, so they're kind of fresh smells. So 6 inches by 1 1/4. Let's see if we've got it right. Let me get a general idea by placing it on the top to see if I've measured it right. Oh yes, that's perfect. That's it, that works. So then I would decided that I would put a piece on this bit and this bit. And I just need to work out exactly how big those bits are. Oh, could have used my trimmer to measure, couldn't I? That would have been a bit easier. Let's do that. Yeah, I think that's 3/4 of an inch. So let's, how much? 3/4 of an inch, yeah. So 1/2 inch, I think the other one, to make it 1/4 of an inch smaller by 6. So let's try that and see. That's quite small. Not sure if that's big enough. That's perfect. So I just need another 1/2 inch one. So the pieces of designer series paper I need are 6 by 1 1/4 and 6 by 1/2 inch times 2. And that's it. So you need very little paper, very economical. So I'm going to put my paper on before I make the box this time, because I think it's easier to show you how it comes together that way. And I don't think any of this matches, but sometimes depending on how I've cut it, you can get it to match. Not that it really makes any difference or matters. That one matches that one. So that goes there, so that doesn't matter. Right, okay. I'm going to use my Tombow multi-purpose glue. Even the back is pretty, isn't it? Oh, I think this Tombow's finished. Oh no, it's still full. Always kind of surprises us. It's really good for sticking this together. This is going to be the top and the front of my box. So just pop it in, leave a nice border around the edge. Like that. Who likes making boxes, or am I kind of the only one? Well, it might be just me. I love making boxes. Yeah, I definitely recommend having a look at Milo candles. They're in the UK. Nice. Right, okay, so we've got that, and then I need the piece here for the back. Oh, Silver, I love boxes. I'm glad you like them as well. It's so satisfying to make something that you can gift out like that, isn't it? And it actually doesn't take very long, because once you've made one of these, you can make tons, because it's kind of addictive. Yes, there is something very satisfying about a box. Okay, so we've got, this is how our box is going to look. We've got this bit. So the reason I wanted to stick these bits on first was because I want to cut a little notch in the front of my box using my circle punch. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it's not a huge punch, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to eyeball where I think the middle is. Just eyeball it. I'm just going to take a notch out, not even half, see? And just punch it out. But that's the reason why I put the paper on first, otherwise you'd have difficulty lining all that up. Show you what I did last time. You learn by your mistakes. It had been ages since I made it. Okay, so now we're going to assemble it. Let's hope this all goes together. So I'm going to put the glue first on these flaps here. I always do the bottom first, and I'll show you why in a second. So when you've done it, you want to bring it in and meet it up so you have a nice clean crease line, and the other side as well. Oop, there we are. So you can see how by trimming these bits, when you made the box, you stopped anything showing over the top here. Right, that's that. And then we'll do the same on this side. So here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that fits nicely as well. So after this, quick spot of lunch and a walk around the lake in the sun. Isn't it gorgeous? Is it nice weather with you? Sylvia, is it still cold with you? I hope spring is coming. Okay, so the reason I did the bottom first, because I want to make sure this top part fits nicely and closes nicely. So to glue my top pieces together, I'm going to close the box to do it. So these flaps are the bit that you pop the glue onto on the outside, like that one. Close it down and close it up, like that. And then as you've actually fitted the box together, it's always going to close. It's not going to be too big at the bottom for your box to fit. Bit of extra glue, just wipe it off. I'll end up with a nice gluey hand. These are fun little gifts. There we are. And there's your box. Right, we're going to decorate it. How pretty is that? But I'll show you that the tea lights fit. Now, these are just regular tea lights, but I'm on the lookout for some autumn scented ones, and I know I'll find some. You can get them everywhere. These are regular ones, but you can see you fit 4 in there beautifully, and it makes it nice and solid and sturdy and quite substantial little gift. Okay. So then I thought I'd bring in the pretty ribbon that goes with the Gilded Autumn papers. So pretty, aren't they? Imagine if you put some pumpkin ones in there. You've had a couple of warmer days, but strong cold wind blew through, rain here, lots of snow further south. Both your pets are hugging the fire tonight. I think you need some candles then, Sylvia. Oh, bless you. Well, yeah, it's become decidedly autumnal here, I have to say, really has. So hoping spring is on the way for you. Today is a nice day. So I am going to get a piece of ribbon that's going to be big enough. I think this will be. I think that's actually going to be a bit too big. So let's take some of that back. I have an idea. I'm going to tie my ribbon with a bow. So it's very pretty, but I've also got these. You know I'm in love with these. These are the Gilded, the acorn trinkets that come in this range. This Gilded Autumn, Beautiful Autumn, Sweet. You can buy all the things separately. These are gorgeous. So I'm going to put 2 of these on. Right, let's just thread them on. Make sure I do it right. Oh, sorry. Alfie's in here with me, the dog. He does love to be in here, you know that, but I hadn't told you he was here, and I think somebody walked by. He gets quite territorial in a very friendly way, I have to add. Right, a couple of little ones of those on there. I am liking this a lot. Now, I'll make sure I've got enough to tie a bow further down this side. It's hard. Can you see what I'm doing? It's actually not hard. It's just kind of hard on camera, doing it when you're videoing. So that's going to be like that, but I'm going to also do a little bit of stamping. And I'm going to glue that down so that it fits and sits nicely. But that's the general idea. Just going to have a little drink of my coffee. Oh, that's better. Have you got a dog, Sylvia? I can't remember. I am sorry. My brain isn't working very well at the moment. Okay, so I thought I would put "Have a Beautiful Day" on here. Have a beautiful day. Right, let's use that one. Here we go. Oh, I didn't get any white out. But I do have... Oh, actually, it's not white I need, if you notice. Is this white? Or... No, it's more kind of vanilla, this background colour. So I think... Ah, that's right. One dog, one cat. Yes, I do need more fingers. I'm going to grab some of my scrap. I keep my scraps like this. I keep all of my different colours in cello bags, you know, plastic bags with... They last forever, so with the Ziploc on them. And I keep all of my decent sized scraps to use. So I've got a piece of very vanilla because I think that suits that paper better than white, which might be a bit stark on there. And I think I'm going to emboss it. Quickly emboss it. If you know me, if it moves, it needs to be embossed. I actually think the embossing would go with the foiled papers is why. Gold is where we need it to be at. I keep all of my things together to make it very simple. Oh, I know, it's lovely when it gets kind of crisp, isn't it? Crisp and autumnal weather. They call it the fall, don't they, in the States? There we are. Have a beautiful day. There's something on my stamp here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's ink. Oh no, it's gone. Oh, that's a good idea. It would be a nice thing for an autumn birthday. Have a beautiful day. Right, I'm going to see how well, because these are tiny letters, it's going to be interesting to see how well it actually does emboss. Hopefully it doesn't all just meld into one. You need to be able to see what the word is. Right, so you can't see it yet because the embossing ink is clear. So we are going to, oh, there you go. Right, let's move that one out of the way. I have a little paintbrush that I keep with my stuff so that if there's any stray bits like there is there, it actually isn't too bad. I could have done a better job. I haven't got my embossing buddy. It seems to have gone astray. I need a new one. It's like a little cornflower filled little sack of stuff that you rub over your paper so that none of the oils from your hands have made any fingerprints, and it will stop that, and then it stops the powder sticking to the wrong place. I'm going to do it again. Not happy with it because I don't really want, I've got embossing powder everywhere. I don't really want, I want it to be right. And it'll take the best of two. Oh, that's terrible. You can see where I've been handling this piece of paper. There's stuff all over it. I think we'll go for the first one because I'm not going to salvage that one. Okay. Let's redo this one. Oh, that's a bit better. Right, hold on. There. I haven't got my overhead lights on. I'll put them on. It might help it along a bit. It was so sunny when I first came in. There, right, we're going to go for that. Let's heat it up. After all, it's handmade, not machine made. Goodness, it's been a busy week this last week here. Have you all been busy too? It's a bit noisy, the heat gun, but it's worth it. If you just shine it in the light, you can see exactly where it's set. I think that's done. Yeah, that's done. Right, let's move the things out of the way that I don't need. So get an embossing powder all over. Okay, lovely. Bring the trimmer back in. Hi Rachel, how are you? Welcome to Coffee and Cards. We're not making a card today. We're making a little Tealight box. So you can gift it. It's very quick and simple to make, although I'm making a bit of a meal of it. And you can make it in any theme. This is an autumnal one, so I'm going to find some nice autumn themed candles to go in this one. Let's take off some of the bits at the bottom of this. Oh, be quiet, doggy. Have a beautiful day. Yes. Let's move that one. Bring it back in. So it's going to go on there like that. And I think I'm going to put some leaves on there too. Nice. So I'm going to actually stick it to the ribbon and the top. I think that would work. Yeah, so I just stick it. No, I'll just stick it to the ribbon, I think. If I can. Well, we'll see what happens. I still need to be able to open it, but I've not glued it underneath, so it's fine. Either way, I'm using my Stampin' Seal. Hi, Bev. And I'm just going to put some glue on here, if I can get it to move along. There we are. I really like this new adhesive. It is fabulous. Just got a bit on my grid paper there. And it just rolls off. Okay. Stuck to me. Have a beautiful day. Right, so we've got that on there. So now I can fiddle with this a bit more. And it's not sticking to the box at all. So I think what I'm going to do is glue it underneath. So take the Stampin' Seal. Oh, Claire, that's great, because if you have questions, a lot of people do have questions and they don't ask. So very often I think it's good if you can ask questions, because then other people will have theirs answered as well. So if you have anything to ask, please ask. It's I'm happy for questions. Right, so I've put a little bit of glue on the bottom, but I need to make sure this is on in the right spot, and then I can glue this here, just here, because this needs to be able to open. Does that make sense? You only need it glued at the bottom and not at the top. But I have got glue all over here, and I can get that off actually, but it might take a minute, so I'll leave it for a minute. Yeah, let's just leave that. Right, here we go, and then I'm going to do it up with my bowl. Pop some leaves on and we're done. There we go. So yeah, do ask me some questions about embossing if you've got any. You don't need a lot of equipment. You need one heat tool, a heat gun. It looks like a little hairdryer, it isn't. If you use it on your head, you'd burn it. And vice versa, you can't use a hairdryer for heat embossing. It's just the shape of that particular one. It's just one I've got. It's not the Stampin' Up one, but you can get them anywhere. The Stampin' Up one is fab. I already have two. So, okay, I'm going to move that along a bit. So, but yeah, heat gun, you need the clear Versamark embossing ink and some embossing powder, and that's literally all you need. And then a little something to catch it in. I've got that red tray that I bought at a craft show many years ago. If I don't have that with me, I'll just use a piece of folded up paper, which is what most people would use, to collect it in and pop it back into the tub like you do glitter. So that's gorgeous. I'm just going to put some little leaves on it. So give me a second to grab my punches. Here they are. I keep them together in this little bag they came in, simply because I always want to use them together. No other reason. So instead of fumbling around for them, they're all there. And I'm going to grab some of this first. So I showed you, didn't I, that I use this paper, and there's also this. Both of these two punch out. And I don't know if I'm going to just use this one to punch out of, because it goes with it. Or do something contrasting. But yeah, I do love it when we get something we can get more use out of. So the punches go with the stamp set, but you can get even more use out of it by punching the papers out. Love it. How do you mean, Claire? Oh, you want to make this? Well, actually, I don't know when we're going to get back to face-to-face classes, I have to say, because it may be that places are opening up, but at the moment, with the way that we operate with paper crafting, we have to share all the equipment. So all the ink pads get handed around, all the stamps and the blocks get handed around. So I'm not sure, not many paper crafters are doing, I don't know any in this country are doing face-to-face at the moment, or have plans yet to do face-to-face. So I am not sure if it will be before this side of Christmas. I would like it to be. I am desperate, as you know. But it really depends on keeping everyone safe and what the safest thing to do is. So there's lots of things to consider. However, what I have been planning this last week is kits. So kits in the post and an online class that would go with it. And it would be probably a Facebook Live or a recorded class. And then you get your kit to go with it and you do it alongside. So you purchase the kit and then you would be able to join in the class. So I'm thinking of doing that as an interim measure, which may be lovely. It may be, and we can still gather and do that. And then I could send you a kit just like this to make it. But it would definitely be based on interest. And I think I would definitely give it a go and see who's interested. I'm just cutting out some of the leaves because I like some of the different colours. Because this, I think we've got copper and we've got gold, brass or something like that. So I want to mix it up a little bit. So Claire, don't worry, we will. But I think we might just do some online ones. Would you be interested in that? The beauty of online is that you can do it in your own home. You don't have to travel. You don't have to find childcare. And you can also, if you don't do it when it's live, it might be live, you could do it when it's live, or you could do it when it's more convenient for you. Or if it's pre-recorded, you can do whenever you like. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to go down that route, I think. So have a beautiful day. I think they're going to go on there like that. Let's smooth these. I don't want the acorn. I've got little acorns, haven't I? Let's smooth these. You could dress it up as much or as little as you like. I'm going to glue these on now. I must move this bit of glue. It's very annoying. Or just move the paper out of the way while I'm doing the live, because it may take a couple of minutes to get that off of there. I might just use it for scratch paper. Let's move it out of the way. Okie dokie, here we go. Glue these on. Yes, that's the idea here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that would be the idea, is to make it accessible afterwards as well, so that you could do it and catch it up, forwards it, rewind it. Right. I think I'll put some of that in there like that. Move that up. Oh, that's stuck fast. Good old Tombow, it's very sticky, I'll give it that. There, that's it. Have a beautiful day. I might fiddle with that because it's not staying in place. But I'll fiddle. Oh, that's it. I just need to move the ribbon. Little glue dot will probably do it. There we go. So have a beautiful day. I might re-emboss that because I wasn't happy with it. But I'll show you the project I made that's on my blog. So I made this Christmas one using exactly the same idea. I used the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper pack. So gorgeous. I fell in love with that and had to have that as soon as I saw it. It's got Real Red and Mossy Meadow. So I've used the Real Red cardstock and I've used this gorgeous Mossy Meadow ribbon that's in the mini catalogue for Christmas. I've used the Itty Bitty Christmas Greetings, which is current, and it's got loads and loads and loads and loads of Christmas words in it. Oh, I'm glad you like the idea of those, ladies. That's really encouraging. And I've just used Real Red ink and a bit of Mossy Meadow cardstock with the white. And I've got some, I haven't put them in here, but I've got some Yankee Tealights to go in there in, like, it's called a Christmas cookie scent, and they're going to go in there. So that was my one I've done that's on my blog at the minute. And this is today's autumn one. Hope you like them. It's fun, isn't it? You could make a whole stack of these. I did do an open house one once a few years ago for a catalogue launch, and everybody got a box using some of the new papers, and it's just a fun thing to make. Hope you like it. So that's coffee and cards today. What time is it? Oh, it's 8 minutes to 12, so that's not too bad. I could actually tell you some of the exciting things that are going on. Okay, so the housekeeping things that I wanted to tell you about that's going on with Stampin' Up. They updated the clearance rack today, and there's some absolute bargains in there. Now, sometimes they update the clearance rack and it's like, oh yeah, that's a little bit of a discount, but it's one of those times where they put some real bargains in there. And when it's like that, they don't stay there for very long at all. I've had people miss out before. So if there's something in there you've got your eye on, grab that before it's gone. Have a look. I've put the link to my shop on my Facebook page today. What else was there? Oh, the new Stampin' Emboss, cut and emboss machine that demonstrators could get their hands on early has gone live to customers today, and I love mine. I love it. So if you don't have a cutting machine and you're looking in the market for one, this is amazing. I love it. So I've got mine. My big shot was on its way out, so it was ideal for me. Yeah, so I've got mine, and that is live to customers today. And obviously, if you're a demonstrator, you get your discount, you get your 20 or 25% off. It makes it a bit easier to carry around because it folds up. And it cuts all the same as the Big Shot used to. So that's amazing. And it looks lovely on my little trolley next to me. It looks really cute there. So that's news because that's today. Clearance racks. Oh, and the other thing that's happened today is that we've got a new promotion this month. It's called Get and Go. I must check it. Let me have a look on my thing to check the actual details. So I looked at it and I've looked at it, and but I need to check the details before I tell them you. It's a starter kit promotion. So, ooh, that's the USA site. We don't want that, do we? No. So the starter kit promotion at the moment is if you want to join my team, you can join, and usually it's get £130 worth of product for £99. But this month we have a new offer. So it's a limited time Get and Go starter kit promotion. So it's just for September. Joining Stampin' Gub's never been more eventful, it says. So the Get and Go starter kit promotion means to give those who sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator more products to help them get started right away, in addition to the already great value starter kit. So new team members will receive pre-cut paper, stamps and embellishments to use in your first event. So I think you get card kits to go with it, plus a stamp set. Yeah, you do. It's gorgeous, actually. And you get the, let's have a look. You get a stamp set, Queen Anne's lace, and So Much Love. I think you get both stamp sets with it. I'll put the details on my Facebook page, but if you pop onto my blog, there's a button on there at inkstampshare.ink that is the Get and Go promotion button. You can have a look and it's all on there. So if you're interested, you're going to get your £130 worth of product for £99, plus all these card kits and the 2 stamp sets to make the cards and embellishments. It's all cut for you. So it's pretty impressive. So that's for September if you're interested. I think that's all for today. That's quite a lot of news, isn't it? I have got lots coming on my blog this week, so do look at those. Yeah, and I hope you like the candles. So, oh, the other thing is I won't be around on Thursday, ladies. I am very sorry I won't have a live Thursday evening. It's my daughter Sarah's birthday, so we're going out for dinner, so I hope you'll forgive me. But I will be back next Tuesday, and I'll have had a time to catch my breath because Jacob's going back to school this week too. Okay, keep in contact, keep in touch. I hope you've enjoyed today and that you've managed to stick with me this long. Take care, and I will see you next week. Thanks, ladies. Bye for now.